Then Peggy.
Okay, 11 o'clock, and we'll call the Village of Blair's board meeting to order. Look for an approval of the agenda.
Move to approve the agenda.
Second. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Public appearances, there are no public people here. Got a tongue tied in there. Okay, let's move on to the consent agenda.
I move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. New business. Okay,
Oops.
yeah, what happened here?
Well,
It
It ran away. No way.
No way, okay, item B, consideration discussion, excavation trenching program. That's on page 47. You and Bill gonna
Yep.
speak to this?
Yeah, so the first four items are all policies that our new NEUW coordinator put together for us. Bill, I don't know if you want to give an overview.
They're just basically written programs that we don't have at all right now. We need to have them. He's going in the process of rewriting all of them, so we have just an updated. So the ones we have are 25 years old. So the ones that are on here, the ones that we don't have yet, we need to have. So.
So Bill, were we not in compliance or were we, were we receiving communication that we need to update, This one?
No, we were not doing little things like the inspector, whatever came around, they would look for them and.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So that's the guy they say, well, I'm the MEW safety coordinator, he looks over all our safety stuff and makes sure we're compliant with everything.
Let's see.
Does this fit in with when they're burying cable in front of people's houses and stuff?
So.
Just checking.
Okay.
Well, it's anything we have to,
Yeah, make a
if
motion.
it's, yeah,
Yep,
I
if
know.
you want, you can lump them all together, or you can go to.
I do that.
yeah.
It'd be B through E.
I mean, we have to do it, so.
Do we want to have them explain all these individually then?
If people have questions.
Just about the bloodborne pathogen exposure control plan.
Okay.
Do you want to move down to that one?
I want somebody to explain it to me.
We can't. Does anybody have any questions on the fall protection program?
Oh, I thought we were lumping them together.
Well,
That's why I was asking.
I think I'll go down and ask if anybody's got any questions, then when we vote, we'll vote on all of them in a
Okay.
block, okay?
Okay.
So has anybody got any questions on the fall protection program?
No.
Okay, occupational noise exposure hearing conservation program?
The one thing maybe I'll note on that one that Phil has mentioned to me is that we will need to start doing hearing tests for our staff to gauge like a base level, and then if there's hearing loss, we can track that. So just an FYI, that will be likely an additional cost as part of that.
Our input,
It's about $500, $600, $700 for everybody in the village and for
Okay.
the DPW with the wastewater treatment plant. So,
so are you required to wear earplugs or?
Yeah.
That's when you are,
if you're above the exposure limit. Yeah. That's the way of tracking, so hearing test will be the way of tracking, make sure somebody doesn't have a work-related injury from hearing loss.
Yeah, it gives you a baseline to start out. So going forward, I think, what is it, yearly?
It's yearly.
People will be checked yearly, so they'll be able to track any previous hearing loss to what they've gotten while they've been employed.
Got it.
okay.
Okay,
Where do they have the hearing tests?
The company we use in Waukee is called Medivan. They actually come with a van to the site and do the hearing test right at the site. So nice and
yeah,
half an hour, you're done with it.
good, okay, thank you, Bill. Any more questions on that?
I move to
We're not done yet, Barry. The next one is bloodborne pathogens exposure control plan. Jesse had some questions on that.
Just if someone could explain it to me, that would be great.
It's basically just more of a safety thing, kind of making sure everybody knows their exposure to bloodborne pathogens. If there was an accident, them reading their proper PPE and stuff, if we are to treat somebody. All those things that we are in contact, we're going to treat somebody and we don't have proper PPE, they always advise us not to have you help them. Because of the fact that you don't know what kind of bloodborne pathogens there are. Kind of, the kind of, all that kind of stuff, always, having proper stuff around our shops to.
So if you have like bloodborne pathogens or contaminated clothing, do you wash that at the facility or do you take that home?
I
Is there a requirement for that?
don't know if there's anything about that in there.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
That's all I had.
Okay, well, now if somebody would like to make motions on B through E,
I move to approve B through E.
Second.
okay, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries.
Thanks, Bill.
There will be more of them coming in. Like I said, the rest of them are all, we have some in place right now, so we might just wait till they have them all done and ready for us, and maybe just do a long one instead of meetings.
Okay, thanks, Bill.
Thanks.
Item F, consideration discussion application for land consolidation by certified survey map at 26 Fifth Avenue. Does everybody know where that's at?
No.
Yep, sorry, I realized I didn't add page numbers. I was just really off my game here this week. Yes, this is to consolidate the town hall property with Swiss Church property. This was recommended by the plan commission, and now it's come to the village board for approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Opposed, motion carries. Consideration discussion resolution 25-06 for appointment of full-time water operator. That's on 139, is that?
You can find it.
Last page, the very last page of that.
Oh, yep. So we interviewed, Rustin Whitney. He's coming from the city of Monroe. He's already currently a water operator, very, great experience. And we recommend hiring him at $33 an hour.
How does that compare to current salary?
It's, in Monroe.
Yeah.
It's quite a bit more.
Oh,
I think he's making 28.
29.
So,
okay.
Wow.
He also has wastewater experience too.
They've got all the advanced licenses.
which will be helpful.
That'll give you a really good asset to the village.
Move to approve resolution 2506 for appointment of full-time water operator.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Library. You got an update?
The big thing is that at the last library board meeting, the library board approved the exterior design and the interior design. You can see that on our webpage under library updates. We are working on our first set of plans for supplemental things such as furnishings.
Thank you.
The archaeologist has mentioned to me that the sooner you can let him know about when groundbreaking will be, the better, because he'll need to plan.
Okay, right now we're thinking that'll be mid to late June, so. But I
He's
will-
gonna be gone the second half of June, so he can make other arrangements, but that's again, like the sooner
All right, well, thank you for that.
Okay, thanks, Amy.
the husband.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The archaeologist.
I was like, why is he so fancy? Okay.
Okay, President's report, consideration, discussion, confirmation, open book and board of review meeting dates. You got those, Kelsey?
Yep, so the open book date is gonna be May 1st, from 11 to 1, and it's actually gonna be all virtual. State statute recently changed and allows that for open book, unless it's a reval year. So residents have the opportunity to either do it via phone or over like a Zoom meeting. I told our assessors we would try it this year, and if residents don't like it, we will go back to having the in-person. Typically on maintenance years, which is what this is, the only changes are if you buy, sell, or pull a building permit usually. So it obviously is a small group of people that are meeting. But for reval years, we will have those in person. So that,
We won't be here.
no, this is open book. So open book is the first step before board of review.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, so that's May 1st from 11 to 1. But if those times don't work for residents, they can call Accurate and set up a different time. That's just the time we have reserved. Board of review is gonna be, May 28th. It starts at 5 PM and we have to be in session for at least 2 hours. But if we have people here, we will go longer than 2 hours. So many of you will remember that, if we don't have anybody here, we recess usually in the middle and then come back for adjournment.
But where will we
7.
go?
So that's what I have. And then board of review training is well underway. Larry's taking it right now. John's up next, then Becca, and then Peggy. And then whoever else, if anybody else wants to join in on fun, let me know. Yeah, we have to have one person trained at least, but it's great to have as many as possible.
What time did you say, May 28th?
5 PM.
5.
Yep, and we have to be in session at least 2 hours.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
Kelsey. Well, anything else on the board?
The only thing is on the 3/18/25 notes, minutes we approved
Mm-hmm.
for the Jack Links, reserving the village park.
Mhm.
It did not have on it that they have to have a valid
Insurance.
liability insurance policy in effect.
We
We were gonna check on that.
We had already checked on it prior to that meeting, and we had it in writing from Jack Links that they would be sending, their insurance company would be sending that updated certificate. It's pretty common for a lot of these companies, because those renewal dates always seem to land like right at the beginning of the summer. So like, I know this has happened like with the chamber, for example, and, so yeah, we have it in writing that they know it's pending that, so. The only thing is, I think we do need a motion and a second on the board review to confirm those dates.
Okay. Did everybody hear that? We need
Yeah.
a motion and a second for that last item.
Come on, Jamie, you can do it. I'm
We
sorry,
did
go
one.
ahead, Larry.
I move to approve May 1st and May 28th for the board of review dates. Actually, May 1st is the open.
Yep.
Second.
Okay. Okay, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried. Anything else on the board? Hearing none, we are adjourned.
That is a new record.
Sweet.